Now, while the rest of the world tries to get inflation to come down, China wants its inflation to go up. Its October CPI slipped 2 basis points. PPI dropped more than 2.5%, despite the Chinese Bureau of Statistics' insistence that deflation isn't in the cards. This comes ahead of today's meeting between Treasury Secretary Yellen and the Vice Premier of China, who heads the Commission for Financial and Economic Affairs. This will lead up to the APEC forum in San Francisco, where President Biden and President Xi Jinping are expected to meet next week. Both sides have aired concerns about decoupling and unfairly restrictive business regulation. Joining me now to discuss this all, Brendan Ahern is KraneShares CIO. Thanks for joining me here, by the way. I appreciate it. And you're going to be at this meeting next week as well?
Yeah, headed to San Francisco for APEC. Yes.
Xi Jinping will be meeting with business leaders. Is that a bit of a surprise?
I mean, considering how much business from U.S. multinationals is being done in China, not necessarily, and certainly a lot of those. It's not just the Apples and Nikes and Teslas, Starbucks, Boeings, et cetera. So that tech orientation, just being right up the road from Silicon Valley, kind of explains you're so close. Bring them all in. So the dinner next Wednesday night with President Xi and U.S. CEOs.
Is the message intended to be that China's still open for business?
100%. They're rolling out the red carpet for foreign investors, foreign companies. They're trying to roll back a lot of the negativity that we've seen over the last 2 years, not just geopolitical, diplomatically, but also some of the internet regulation that we've seen that's really weighed on investor sentiment toward China.
Just weeks ago, we were talking about how China continues to put security over economic, what should we say, over the types of policies that could promote economic growth down the line. So has that suddenly flipped, or is security still paramount, or are they trying to thread that needle?
Well, every politician needs a good economy, right? Herbert Hoover, Smoot, and Hawley didn't get reelected. Look at Donald Trump or even Boris Johnson. So political, economic instability are intertwined, and China needs the West. They need to do a better job managing that relationship. And that's a progress that, during COVID, you had COVID babies, but unfortunately, you had COVID divorces. And I just think the relationship went through a little bit of a divorce, and now we're in a little bit of therapy thus far.
Even Derek Scissors, who's been bearish on China for a long time, just kind of on a lot of these structural issues, has said, look, the bearishness about its near-term growth might be overdone now. And he saw also some signs that maybe the leadership is thinking about talking to tech companies about, OK, tell us what business you do to benefit society. Maybe opening up a little bit to this idea of there's two sides to this, and reining things in too far is having these consequences, deflation being one of them.
Yeah, certainly, in terms of the CPI, the composition of China's CPI is very, very different from the U.S. Food, and particularly pork, is a big, big weight. Pork prices in the month of October fell 30% year over year. So the CPI is a little bit less of a worry. I mean, ultimately, Chinese households have a lower grocery bill. I think that's an issue a lot of Americans would love to have.
So you don't think this deflation is a sign that its economy is in some kind of deflationary debt trap? It's more just a temporary phenomenon?
I think we should expect that imports are going to slow, that China's economy as the world factory is reflective of the global economy slowing. At the same time, they have to raise domestic consumption. So it's a little bit of a two-geared economy. Export-driven manufacturing inevitably slowing. They need to do a better job raising domestic consumption to offset that.
If you had to guess where we would be a year or two from now in terms of multinationals, maybe some of the tech companies that, have traditionally been a big part of KraneShares, things like that, what do you think that landscape looks like?
Well, I think China's not going anywhere. That you've got 1.4 billion people in terms of the consumption power. At the same time, what we view in the West as a supply chain problem for Chinese companies was a revenue problem, right? What happened in COVID, if they couldn't make and move and sell things, that's a problem for Chinese corporations. So an element of the nearshoring or offshoring is actually happening from Chinese companies going to Vietnam, Indonesia, Malaysia, Mexico, hopefully here in the United States, to try to prevent another issue. Again, our supply chain problem was their revenue problem. They want to fix that.